Good morning, friends. Today we're going to talk about boats or things that are on the water. So there's different kinds of things. There's boats and ships. We're going to talk about that here in just a minute, but first we're going to do our exercises. So make sure that you're standing up and you've got enough room beside you that you're not hitting anybody. We don't want to hit a wall or anything either, so make sure you've got plenty of room. You're going to put your arms out, and remember, when you crisscross, that is when our brain wakes up. So we've got to crisscross our body. So my right hand will touch my left knee, and my left hand will touch my right knee. Okay? We're going to count to 20 while we do that, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Good job, friends. Now go ahead and have a seat because we're going to read about boats today. Now, this book is called Boats on the Bay. And Boats on the Bay just tells you about a lot of different kinds of boats that there are that you might see in the water, especially if you're by a bay. Now, a bay, we don't really have any really close to Bradford if you're in the Bradford area, but if you're by a lot of water, you might have a bay close to you. Boats on the Bay by Janine Harvey. Boats on the Bay. Boats on the bay get ready for the day. A houseboat rocks by the dock. A houseboat is a boat that some people might live in for a little while, or they may just live on the ocean all the time. A fishing boat slogs through the fog. So a fishing boat is usually used for fishing. I know my family likes to go fishing, but I've not been on an actual big fishing boat like that. A ferry carries passengers. So a ferry is a little bit bigger. A ferry will take people from maybe one island to another island. Some ferries will even carry cars on them, so they can get really big. A sailboat sets sail. So sailboat has like a triangle white, it almost looks like a white sheet that they use to capture the wind, and the wind will help them travel. A kayak slides by sea lions. So the kayak is right here. And the kayak is only for one person here. He's just one person with his little oar going through the water. A tugboat lugs big ships. Look at this. This tugboat is dragging this big one with this chain. It kind of looks like rope in the picture, but I think usually they use chain. I'm not really sure. That's something we can investigate later. A tall ship takes a trip to sea. Oh, look at how tall this ship is. And look at this bridge right here. That is a tall ship. A water taxi zigs and zags. He's going around all of them. He took this red dotted path right there. He's going around all of those different boats. A dredger scoops up the mud and the muck in the water. And so this machine here has special equipment on his boat that helps him scoop up all of the mud and the dirt and things from the water. A container ship will load cargo. So they take all these really big cargoes and ship it to different places. So if I wanted 500 penguins for story hour, I could call these people and say, hey, do you bring 500 penguins on your little cargo ship? They'd probably tell me no. A fireboat fans water out high and wide. So we have fire trucks here in Bradford. We also have a rescue boat here in Bradford. But if you live by water, you might have a fireboat nearby that if a boat was to catch on fire by accident, it would spread some water on it to help try to get the fire out. How cool is it that we have fire trucks and fire boats? That's pretty neat. A sparkling boat joins the parade. These ones are boats that people just decorated to be nice and sparkly with lights for a special boat parade. A barge sets off fiery fireworks. Look at all these fireworks. It's a lot of fireworks for people to enjoy and see. A houseboat rocks by the dock. Boats on the bay are home for the day. It started to get dark out, so they're all coming back. The end. So there were lots of different kinds of boats, and there really are lots of different kinds. I have not seen all of the different kinds that there are in person, so it was kind of neat for me to see it in a book so I can see the pictures and know what they look like. That's always fun to me. I have some of the sailboats right here on this chalkboard, and they have numbers in them that count. So they say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. But Miss Candice is going to try to trick you guys, but I think you'll be able to do it because I think you guys are very smart. And I'm going to take one number away, and we're going to see if we can figure out which number Miss Candice took away. So let's see. You guys all close your eyes. Don't see. I'm going to take one away. And we're going to see which number is missing from our sailboats. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Oh, we're missing this one. And 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Friends, which one did Miss Candice take off of the board? Okay, some of my friends said 6, and you're right. I took away the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You guys were right. All right, let's do this again. We're going to try it again. I'm going to try to trick you. Are you ready? Which one is Miss Candice taking? Okay. Which one is missing now? Let's see if you can count it by yourself. So I'm just going to point this time. Now I gotta tell you, that felt really weird because Miss Candice talks a lot. And for me to just point to the numbers, oh, that was hard for me. But was you able to figure out which number was missing all by yourself? Let's try it together just to make sure that our number is the right number. So we have 1, 2, something's missing, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What number comes after 1, 2, 3? I have the number 3 that I took off of there. You guys are doing great. Let's do one more. Let's see if I can trick you guys with one more. Okay. Which number is missing? And I'll count with you this time because, like I said, that felt weird. But we'll keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, something, 10. Friends, what number is missing from my number line? Well, I have 6, 7, 8. What comes after 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have all 10 back on Miss Candice's board. You guys did so well with that. You guys did awesome jobs. Now, we talked about how there's lots of different things that go on a boat or on the water. Boats and ships and ferries, all sorts of different things. We're going to talk a little bit about sounds today, though. When you start to read a story, like when I was reading my story, all of the letters on the page make different sounds. And this one, this picture here, says ship. This is a big ship that is out on the water. And ship has an SH in the beginning, so it sounds like a sh, like I'm telling you to be quiet, shh, the SH sound. So we're going to play a game and see if all of our pictures make the SH sound like ship. Okay? So I am going to get a shirt. Maybe my paper was stuck together. A shirt. Does shirt make the sh sound like ship does? Ship, shirt. Does it make the same sound, friends? Yes, it does. It sounds like sh. So that has the SH sound. Good job. Now what about turkey? Turkey. Does turkey make the sh sound? No, it doesn't. I was trying to trick you on that one, but you were able to figure it out. Okay, what about this one? This one is a shepherd. So ship, shh, be quiet. Does it say shepherd? It does. Shepherd makes the same SH sound. Here is our next one, and it is a shadow. Does shadow make the sh sound? Shadow, ship, shadow. It does. SH, 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 sh. Be quiet. That's what the SH sound makes. What about the number 3? Does the number 3 have the sh sound? 3, ship. 3. No, it doesn't have the SH sound. Shh, shh, shh. Oh, some of my friends might like this one. It is a shark. Shark. Does shark have the SH sound? Shh. Shark. You're right, it does. Okay, friends, we're only going to do 2 more. So let's see if you can get this one. These are cherries. Cherries. So we have sh for ship. Shh, be quiet. And then we have cherries. This one's kind of tricky. Sh, Aries, or sh, ip. Sh, cherries. Nope, it does not have the SH sound. This one is a CH sound. You were using some good detective skills on that one. That one takes a little while. This will be our last one, friends, and it is a shoe. A shoe. Shh. Quiet. Shoe. Does shoe have the SH sound like ship and shh? Be quiet. It sure does. Shoe is an SH word like ship. Good job, friends. So now we're going to read a story called Who Sank the Boat by Pamela Allen. Now, look, there's animals in this boat rowing the boat. Have you ever seen an animal rowing a boat? I have not seen an animal rowing a boat. Who sank the boat? Who sank the boat? There's their boat right by the dock. Beside the sea, on Mr. Pfeiffer's place, there lived a cow, a donkey, a sheep, a pig, and a tiny little mouse. They were good friends, and one warm, sunny morning, for no particular reason, they decided to go for a row in the bay. Do you know who sank the boat? Who do you think is going to sink the boat? Was it the cow who almost fell in when she tilted the boat and made such a din? She almost fell right into that water. She just got the corner of the boat. No, it wasn't the cow who almost fell in. Do you know who sank the boat? Was it the donkey who balanced her weight, who yelled, "I'll get in at the bow before it's too late"? So she's going to get into the front of the boat so that it doesn't tip backwards on the cow. No, it wasn't the donkey who balanced her weight. Do you know who sank the boat? So look, there's cow and donkey both in the boat. And it says, do you know who sank the boat? So there must be somebody else who sinks it. Was it the pig as fat as butter who stepped in at the side and caused a great flutter? The pig tried to get in on the side right here. Do you think it's the pig who sank the boat? No, it wasn't the pig as fat as butter. Do you know who sank the boat? So now we've got the cow and the donkey and the pig all in the boat. Was it the sheep who knew where to sit to level the boat so that she could knit? The sheep is knitting up here on the dock and she's going to try to get in on the boat. No, it wasn't the sheep who knew where to sit. Do you know who sank the boat? So now we have a cow, a donkey, a pig, and a sheep all in this little boat on the bay. Was it the little mouse, the last to get in, who was the lightest of all? Could it be him? And look, he just jumped to get in there. Silly mouse. You do know who sank the boat. They're all going back all nice and wet. And now the boat is almost gone. You can only see the top of the boat left. That was a silly story. And that is the end of that story. It was the mouse who weighed the least that made the boat sink, but I think that was because he was in there with all of those other animals. It made the boat too heavy. Before we go to our experiment time and craft time, we're going to sing a quick song, which most of you have probably heard before. It's really easy. I'm going to sing it once, and then we're going to sing it all together, okay? Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. So when you're rowing a boat, you have these big sticks or oars that go out into the water, and you move them like this to get across the water. So you can move your hands a little bit when you're singing the song. Pretend like you're rowing a boat, and it is hard work to row a boat. I've had to do it. When our motor went out on our boat, we had to get our oars out, and we had to oar all the way back to the dock, and then we were far away from the dock. So it takes a lot of work. But you're going to put your arms up, and we're just going to go like this, like you're going to row yourself a boat, okay? Are you ready? Get your oars ready. Pretend that we're on our boats. Get your oars ready, and we're going to sing, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Good job, friends. You can practice rowing your boat and singing that song again later. But for now, we're going to go over to Miss Candice's table here. You guys can stay sitting for a couple more minutes because we're not quite ready for craft yet, okay? But I am going to move to my little water table over here, okay? All right, so in this bucket is just water. You don't need to see the water. You can see it kind of moving like little waves in there. And Miss Candice has a couple of different boats that we're going to try. I put a sailor's hat on today. I'm going to try to be a little bit of a sailor here. This one's just a toy boat that you can get at the store. And we're just going to see if it'll float on my water. Do you think it'll stay up at the top of the water? Or do you think it'll go down to the bottom of my water? Okay. Oh, it does stay up at the top of my water. See, I can zoom it all the way up at the top. But if some of you guys have had that in your bathtub, you probably already knew that it was going to stay at the top. So let's try a different kind. This one is one that Miss Candice made. And it's just a little bit of a pool noodle here and a toothpick and a piece of paper. Do you think this one is going to float? Or do you think it's going to sink down to the bottom? Let's see. Oh, look, it stayed on the top. Just like my other one stayed on the top. You can see it moving. I'm going to move them over to the side. I've got one more kind. I made two of the pool noodle boats that float. What about this boat? This boat's awfully thin right here. It's just a piece of foam with a toothpick and a piece of construction paper. Do you think this one will float? Let's see. It does float. It's right up here. It's on the top of my water. Can you see that? It's on the top of my water. And if I blow in here, like a sailboat would have, I can move my boat with some wind. If a boat is out on the water and the wind is blowing and they move their right, I'm going to call it a sheet because I forget what it's called, but if they move that in the right direction, then the wind will catch it and it'll take it away to wherever they're trying to steer to. Just like that, so wind can take it. But in our story, we read, who sank the boat? So we had a cow and a donkey and a sheep and a pig all in the boat together. So if a boat gets too heavy, it really could sink. Most boats are made nice and sturdy and strong so they can carry weight. But this one that's in my bucket is only made out of foam. So I wondered yesterday when I was thinking about these boats, I said, how many quarters would it take to make my boat sink like the boat in our story sunk? So friends, we're going to estimate how many quarters do you think it is going to take to sink my boat? Do you think 1 quarter would make it sink? We're going to find out. I have a quarter right here. We're going to stick it on my boat and we're going to see if that 1 quarter is going to make it sink. Did it sink, friends? Nope, it's still floating. It's still up on the top, isn't it? So let's try another quarter. Let's see if 2 quarters will make it sink. Now I have 2 quarters on my boat. But it's still floating. I can still move it nice and easy on the water. So let's try a 3rd quarter. Do we have a 3rd quarter? Okay, I can still move it here. Look at this. It's still floating. Let's see. How many can we get on here? Let's try 4. Ooh, 4. There's just a little itty bitty bit of water that got on there, but the rest of it is still floating. It did not go under. So let's try again. Quarter number 5. Ooh, he's still floating. Look at this, friends. I have 5 quarters on my piece of foam. Uh-oh. Did you see that, friends? Only the top of my boat is sticking up out of the water. And my poor little blue construction paper is all wet. And my toothpick is all wet. My ship, my boat has sunk. It took 5 quarters to make my boat sink. So when I only had 4 on there, it was still floating. That is awesome news to me. If your parents allow you and you have some water at home and something that floats, you can try testing out some water ideas too. So this one it has a hole in the middle. So it's hard to try to get a quarter to stay on there without falling off in the water. So you've got to think, what could I use instead of a quarter on there to try to get it to float? Maybe you could try using a stick from outside or a big leaf. Oh, that one tipped over too. So it's fun to just see what will float and what will sink. And that is a science experiment. So if you are playing in your water to see and you're observing with your eyes what sinks and what floats, that is science, friends. And science is a lot of fun. I like doing science because it's hands-on and you can get in there and see with your own eyes what's happening. So, friends, all of your supplies that you needed for craft time, go ahead and get those ready and go to where you're going to do your craft. You can do it at a table, you can do it on the floor, wherever you're doing it at home. Grab your supplies and get ready because it is time to do our craft. Okay? All right, friends, you can kind of see my bucket of water right here. We just scooched over a little bit to make it a little easier on the camera. So for your craft, you should have some glue, some scissors, a popsicle stick, a paper plate that's cut in half, some construction paper, and some tissue paper. Your tissue paper might still be like this from the store, or you might already have it cut up. I am not sure how your tissue paper is, okay? But I'm going to show you how to make a paper sailboat like this. To go with my sailor's hat here, we have a boat, okay? So this one, you just need your tissue paper. Now, if yours is not cut up into pieces yet, you can simply rip your your tissue paper up into pieces. It's really easy to rip because it's so thin. Or you can use your scissors to cut it up into pieces, okay? When you use your scissors though, if you decide to cut with scissors, make sure you have your thumbs up. It's always a thumbs up. And then you put your other fingers in the big hole, your thumb in the small one, and you open and shut. Open and shut. Now when you guys cut, you keep your wrist nice and straight and cut. Miss Candice is trying to turn sideways so you guys can see how my fingers go open and shut. Open and shut. So make sure you have your thumbs up and you open and shut. Okay? So go ahead and rip or cut some tissue papers into squares or rectangles or ovals, whichever shape you want. Or if you're just ripping, it's fun just to see what kind of shapes you can get just by ripping it. You don't need a whole bunch, you just need a little bit to do the bottom of your paper plate here. Okay? So I'll give you a minute to rip out some tissue paper. Remember, if I'm going too fast, parents, you can pause the video and then restart once you're ready for the next step. And remember, if you catch them doing the activities with your camera, go ahead and send those pictures in to us. We like seeing those kiddos doing some of our activities that we're putting out there online for everyone to see and participate in. Once you have some of your tissue paper cut up and ready to go, you're just going to use your glue stick, and you're just going to put some glue all over the bottom of your paper plate here, all over. And then you're just going to take your tissue paper and glue it. Put it right on top of all that glue that you have. And you can do it all pink if you want, all blue, all purple. You can use lots of different colors. Whatever you have at home with you is fine. So you're just going to take your tissue paper and put it all over your glue that you put on this plate. You guys can go ahead and do that with me while I'm doing mine. You can work on yours. And then we'll show each other what they look like when we're finished with the with gluing it on there. And if your glue dried up in some spot, like this pink one's not sticking very well, I'll just use my glue and put a little bit more glue under it and push it on there. So now it'll be nice and sticky on there. Okay, friends, this is what the bottom of my sailboat looks like. It's got tissue paper all over it so that it just looks like lots of different colors. I've got one of those colorful boats that we heard about in our story. Maybe it'll go on a little parade. And then you should have your popsicle stick. We're going to take our popsicle stick and we're going to turn this over. We're going to put a little bit of glue right here and we're going to glue it to the back of our plate so it'll look like that on the back of our plate. Okay? So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here. Just on the bottom part of it. And I'm going to hold it onto my plate and count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now my boat looks like this, but there's still something missing. This is the one I already made yesterday. What is missing from my new one? It's the sail. It's up here. It's the piece of construction paper as a sail for the sailboat. So this is where your construction paper comes in. It can be any color you want. Miss Candice's favorite color is blue, so I chose a blue piece of construction paper. You can probably tell I like to put blue in a lot of stuff. I put more blue on there than any other color. And for your sail, you're just going to cut a triangle out with your paper. So grab your paper and just use your thumbs up and cut at an angle towards the middle of your paper. And then come over on this side and cut to the middle of your paper. And guess what, friends? You have a triangle. So I'll show you that one more time in case you didn't see. If you take your thumbs up and you go at the bottom, you go all the way towards the middle. And then you take your scissors and you come over here and you go to the middle. You have a triangle. And all we need to do is glue our triangle to our popsicle stick right up here on the top. And then we'll have our sailboat. So you're going to put some glue on your popsicle stick up at the top now. We did it on the bottom for our boat, and now we need it at the top. We're going to stick our triangle paper right on top and count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we have our very own sailboat. Well, friends, I hope you had a lot of fun learning about boats today and that there are lots of different kinds of boats. And you have a wonderful week. We're going to come back next week and learn something different. So join us again next Tuesday at 11. And you guys have a wonderful week. Bye.